Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back. And today we're working in this gigantic to-do box. This is going to take me forever to work through. But I'm determined that every time I need to make something, if possible, I'm going to pull from this box. Even if it's not on one of the days when I'm working in the box, when I'm working in one of my journals, if I can, I'm going to try and pull from this box to make pockets, tags, whatever. Today I want to concentrate on tags and journal cards, just because I feel like I'm always making pockets because I love making pockets and I never have enough things to put in them. So I've just pulled out a few things that I thought would work as either journal cards or tags, just to save a little bit of time, because the longer we have actually getting these decorated and finished, the more we'll get done. Being as we all know, I'm pretty slow at these things. I always take forever to make my decisions and things like that. So hopefully I'll be able to get a few more done than I did before. So I've just got a little random pile, relatively random, in that I was saying I was looking for things I could use for journal cards and tags. So you can see this is an obvious journal card. And I pulled this out. This is a piece of a masterboard I must have made a long, long time ago. It's been sitting in this box for goodness knows how long, but I spotted this colour and I thought, well, maybe I could do something with it for the journal I'm working on, which is my I would say Moroccan journal. It's now become the Moon Goddess the Moon Goddess journal, if you watched my last video. It's beginning to morph into something else, which is fine with me. I quite like it when things don't always go the way you plan, just because something else comes along that inspires you and it takes you in a slightly different direction. And I think this journal is going in another direction to what I originally expected. Oh, sorry. How is it? As soon as we turn the camera on, a frog leaps into your throat. It happens to all of us, I think. So this piece, it's a little bit multicoloured, and it's obviously not going to work on as it is, but I'm going to cover most of it up, I think. And I'm going to use one of these cards. We used one of these for the cover, and now I think I'd like to use this piece on here, because we've got the moon. We're talking about the Moon Goddess, so I think we're going to bring in moons and stars and things as well into this journal. All totally un-Moroccan related, but it's the colours and the styles that inspired me anyway, so it doesn't have to be Moroccan as such. And I'm still using all the same bits and pieces that I was going to use anyway. Just we've got a bit more of a slightly different focus, I guess, a different theme. So I'm just going to split these. I have no idea what these are supposed to be, but I'm taking it that they can be used pretty much for anything really, but they make a perfect journal card. But this is a little bit big. So, my little pot just jumped into my bin. I think I'll just rescue that again. And I think I'll use a tear ruler just to tear this down a bit to fit onto the background. I'd like to keep a little bit of this edge. I don't know if it's going to be too wide, but I'd rather keep the stars than this. So I'll just put that there for the size, for the width. I'm just going to do a little bit of this, just tear it down a little bit. They're quite thick, which is nice. You wouldn't need to do much, you could just do them as they are, as journal cards. And I can take some of the top off. And I can take it down and keep the stars. Slip. Okay. And let's just see about how far down it needs to go. So I wanted to keep all this nice bit, so I think I've managed that. So I can take it, whoops, I can take it to about there. Right, so we've got that, and I think then the colours in the background are fine. I can soon put some bits around it but I think it just they're kind of fade into the background. I'm going to trim this a little bit actually, because it's a little bit strange there. It's been backed, so that's all good. I'm going to trim that down just a smidge. Make sure it's all nice and even. I don't know what that white bit looks like. It's where the I must have done this on a magazine or something, I think, quite a while ago. What about, is this all straight? I think it's reasonably straight. Right, let's get rid of these little bits. So I hope you're all well. You're all remarkably well in the family. We had our younger daughter over yesterday with her husband and her little boy. They just came for a visit because, as she said, we see them in passing when we drop him off every Thursday. We just see them for about 10 minutes just to sort of catch them up on, give them a debrief on his day, and that's pretty much all we have time to do really. So she said to us last week, she said we need to just get together, just to have a nice catch up. So they came over yesterday. So now he's going down for a long middle of the day nap instead of having 2 naps. He now just has 1 nap for 2 hours, bit over 2 hours. So we took that 2 hours for ourselves, and we had a nice lunch. We had a lovely chat with them, and they talked about their plans because they're hoping to move this year. So they've started house hunting. So they were just catching us up on all the sort of places they've been looking at so far, and what they're thinking of doing, where they're thinking of going. I mean, they don't want to move very far. They want to stay pretty much in the same area that they're in, but they just need a bit more space. Right, I think that looks nice on there. So that's that. I'm using walnut stain for everything to do with this particular journal. It's not a colour I use very often, but I felt like the darker colour works for this. In fact, I think I'll go around the card as well. I'm going to snip the corners. I'm not going to round them because I want to keep these as they are, I think, but I might just snip the cornery bits off. Just little tiny snips, and then I'll ink around that. And then we might add a little bit of something along the bottom, and then that will be pretty much it. Yeah, so that was really nice, and they stayed for the afternoon, so we got to play with him for a bit as well. And yeah, they're really good parents. They spend every spare minute when they're not working, they're playing with him. They're giving him all sorts of fun things to do. Come up with some lovely ideas for him, and he's such a happy little soul. It's so lovely to see. Let's just see, I've got another bit coming up here. It's been a while since I did this, so not surprising a few of the edges are starting to come up. Let's see if there's any more. Okay. I mean, some of the journal cards, I may get the urge to put gold around them. I may do that with this one. I won't do it as part of this video because I think what we need is just to get a few things made. Not spend half the video decorating just one. That's what I'd like to do anyway. Alright, let's see, there's another bit coming up here. I can see from the papers I've used that this is how old this is, because these are papers I've had for a long, long time. Probably haven't even got any in my scrapbox anymore. Alright, oh, that's upside down. Well, it doesn't have to be, it can be any way up really, but I'm going to have it that way up. I'm going to pop that on there. Now I'm just wondering, I did have a wonder, I've got some bits. I've got this, a little scrappy box of laces. So I have got this little piece, which I think I need something a bit more colour. So I've got this bit that's lurking around, been there a little while. I don't know whether that would look there. Oops, I think that's upside down. It's just a bit of dyed lace with food colouring. I'm not sure about that colour. I think I need something a little darker. Let's see if I can find something from my actual lace box. So I've got a little selection of laces in that kind of colour range. Let's see which one I think would work best. I'm looking at this one, thinking that would be quite a nice colour with this. Can I put it underneath or on the top? Underneath. You don't really get much of it then, do you? On top. Or down the side. About down the side. Because I think sometimes having things hanging off the bottom gets in the way if you're trying to put it in a pocket or something. I think I might like that on the side. I'll take off the edge, but kind of straighten this edge up and take the, I'll call this the header strip or something. Anyway, the hard edge. I like to take the hard edge off. Not always, but I do like to quite often. Just feel it kind of blends into the kind of into the side a little, into the image a bit more. Makes it a bit of a softer edge. So I shall glue this on. I do feel that there will be some more to be added on this, because these images just lend themselves to a bit of added shine and sparkle, I think. Oh. Right, let's glue this on. So it's possible I might have to do a video sometime finishing things off a bit further, doing further decoration. At the moment I'm just getting them. Some of them will be finished, but I think some of them will take a bit more time, like this one, I think. In this case, so whether I use the time in this video just to get this how I want it and ready to go, or whether I do it a bit down the line so I can get a few more done. It's always the difficulty, isn't it? You spend half an hour on one piece and then you've got no time for anything else. Alright, so I definitely want that there. just trying to decide. I think I want to do a little bit of embossing on here. So I'll do that. I'll put this on at the end. Okay, I'm just going to get my embossing stuff, and I'm going to do these stars, I think. Yes. Right, I like how that's come out. It's got a lovely bit of sparkle where those stars are. I have to tell you, I'm having some battery issues this morning. I'm on my third one so far. I don't know what's going on. Well, one of them I know I had it charging. That was my good battery. And somehow the switch got turned off at the wall. I think the socket was used for something else. And somebody who will remain nameless forgot to plug it back in. And it wasn't me. So I didn't realise it hadn't actually charged up. So I tried that one. That's my one I usually can rely on. So I put another one in, and that lasted about 10 minutes. So I'm on my third one so far this morning. So hopefully this one will last a little bit longer. What I want to do now is do a little bit of embossing on this curly whirly area at the bottom, because I like that. But I'm just going to use the plain gold rather than the gold tinsel. It's basically gold glitter. I've got it everywhere now. All my desk is now covered in glitter, it feels like, even though this is firmly attached. But it gets everywhere. So I think I don't want that yet. I'm going to use this again and just try and do a little bit. Try not to be too heavy-handed with it. It's quite a thick tip, but I just want a little bit really around these bits. I'm hoping if I keep using this, I'll get better at it and get some effects that I'm actually looking for. It's probably a bit foolish to do it for the first time on the cover, but never mind, I think it'll be okay. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to try not to overdo it. I keep feeling there's more places I'd like to put it. I'd like to put it around there, and maybe I still will, I don't know. But let's not do too much of this today. I do have another little pile here I want to get onto, but I just can't help myself. I want to get this looking, because this is for the journal I'm working on. I feel I want to make it pretty well finished. Alright, let's see how that looks. Okay, that's alright. Put it over there. And if a bit of the gold tinsel gets into this pot, I'm not going to have a problem with that, because there's quite a bit of tinsel still in the tray. I don't know how well the transformation from powder to liquid gold to the solid gold comes over on camera, but it's so clear to see, when I'm actually looking at it, it just transforms, and I love that. I never get tired of seeing that. So I think that's what I'm going to leave it at the moment. Got my bit of lace to go down the side. I just feel like I'd like something on it to finish it, but I don't know what at the moment, so I might have to think of that at a later date, but I'm going to put that bit of, just that little bit of lace down the side, I think. I think I need a bit. I always underestimate how wide I need it to be. Have it just off the edge a little. Okay, right, I think for now we're going to call that done. There may be more things to be added. I might add a word or something. Right, and I'm going to put that to one side. I'm sure there's more I shall want to do, so I'm just going to clear up my embossing stuff and then I'll be back. Okay, now we're back to our little pile. So this one on top, I think this is just a tag from a Shabby Dabby Doodah freebie kit, I think, or from her basic essentials kit or something like that, which I've backed and cut out and done nothing with. I just thought I might as well finish that off and get it out of the box. It won't take much because it's pretty much ready to go, I think. I'm just going to punch a hole because there's a hole there. Oh, there's a space for a hole. Although the hole is bigger than my largest punch. And I'm just thinking, should I put maybe I'll put an eyelet in it. Okay, so could either go pink or gold, I think, or even silver. Too many choices. Let's have a look at the pink ones. Got that, whoops. That pink would go nicely, and it would just about cover up that white bit. Yes, it would. Okay, so I'll do that. Okay, that's done that. And I think we'll ink it, but not with the walnut stain. I'll just do the standard. Do vintage photo, just gives it a little edge, but I don't want it to be too dark. Just gives it a finished look. Oh, I'm going to just nick the corners as well. And we'll do the other side. I don't know if it needs much more than just having something going through that hole. Could put maybe put something like a little butterfly on there, maybe, just to feel that there's something in the frame. Let's have a look. I've got a little box of bits and pieces. Got some of Tina's tiny ephemera pieces. So we could put something like a little butterfly on there. It's possibly a bit big. What's a small one? What colour's this? Flutter, flutter, flutter. No, I want something a little bit more visible, I think. Oh, here we go. Pink butterfly. Is that the one I want though? See, is that... See, the pink's not right. Doesn't work. Nope, nope, nope. Maybe I need to put on here one of my butterflies. Got some little punched out birds, which are quite sweet. Birds and butterflies. Where'd that go? Maybe that would work. It's this one. No. Got them on bits of, just out of bits of scrapbook paper, but I quite like that one. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that. Never think to use my little punch outs, but I've got loads of them. Punch out birds, butterflies, different sizes, and I neglect them shamefully. So I'm going to just put this little bird on, just give him a little bit of an ink up to make him stand out a little bit more. There we are. I'm just going to pop him on there, I think. I think I need something with a finer tip. Yeah, I like that on there. Now I need to put something through the eyelet. Let's see what I've got in my box of scraps. Whoop. My chair's not cooperating with me. Ooh, it's getting caught on the mat. I'm getting a little bit excited because we are just starting to look for some flooring. I'm going to get my floor redone because at the moment I'm on carpet with a big plastic mat that shifts all the time. There's just I've got something I can roll backwards and forwards at my desk. It's a really old carpet. It was, I didn't see it long before we got here, and this mat is a nightmare. It's just this wide mat and plastic, and it just shifts all the time. So my wheels get caught on the edge of it. I wonder if that's too wide. Could cut that down the middle, couldn't I? And we have talked about doing it, so I think I've already told you we're getting the windows done, and then this will be the final thing really, will be to get the floor done. But it's a little bit complicated because the room is split level, so I'm slightly up a bit from the other end. There's a little step up, so the other end we're going to recarpet because that's the end I kind of sit, and I've got my little armchair, and I've got my sewing machine there and stuff, so it doesn't need to have the harder wearing floor like it does at this end. So I've been just trying to find something that will work both ends. It's got to be pretty hard wearing this end. It gets lots of lots of wear on it where I'm backwards and forwards at my desk. So I wonder if I can. No, I think I'll tie it. I don't think it is quite long enough to do the loop. I'll just do a little tie. Yeah, so that'd be really nice to get that done, but it does mean that I will have to completely clear out my room. It's going to be like moving all over again, so I'm going to have to pack everything up because they'll need the room to be completely cleared, and even though the job might not take very long, the packing up and then the unpacking is going to probably take quite a while. So then we are going to try and set up my filming arrangement, my desk and everything downstairs like I did during the summer last year, so I can carry on working and carry on filming if possible. But it's still going to be one heck of a job to pack everything up. It's a bit daunting. It's exciting because that means I'll be able to, when I move back in, I'll be able to really, hopefully, rearrange things yet again. I think we're going to buy a couple of another units for storage, so I can make the absolute maximum use of this space. And then I've got to try and keep it tidy. But it'll be good. Alright, so that's done. I like that. It's a nice little tag. Right, this one. Oh, I think, because I've got the green, and I have got a journal in mind that's could be coming up later in the year. I'm a shocker. I'm always looking at kits and seeing what's going to be my next inspiration. What am I going to fancy doing next for a journal? And I know I've still only just started working on my Moon Goddess journal, and then I've got the 50s journal to come, which I've also trying to work on a little bit here and there, make ephemera for. But now I'm already thinking about the next one. I've already bought a kit. I know. I can't help myself. I just get an idea and I think, oh, I wonder if there's a kit, what can I find a nice kit for that. So I think what I'd like to do, spoiler alert, I think I'm going to be planning to do some sort of owl journal, maybe owls and, well, the kit I bought is got other birds in it as well, but owls is one of the main features, so I like owls. I realised, I just sort of thought to myself, I really like owls. I think we were watching a nature programme the other day, and I was looking at it, and they would show this amazing long-eared owl, and I just thought, he's so beautiful. Why don't I do a journal just on owls? Because I like them. I always find myself, when I'm looking for a bird to put on a journal card or something, I'm often drawn to the owls. So why don't I just do an owl journal? So that's what I'm thinking. But that's coming later in the year because I'm doing too many other things at the moment. Because normally I'm working on 2 journals at a time. That's what I've been doing the last year or two. But at the moment, because I'm doing these, trying to get these boxes done, or at least worked on, I've only got time to really do 1 journal at a time. So what have I got in here? He's rather magnificent, isn't he? He's an eagle, but he's too big. Ooh. This is from scrabble paper. I think this is from the forest kit, the Stamperia forest kit, but I rather like him. I quite like images when the birds are looking right at you. I don't know what it is. There's that one. I can see the eyes of an owl poking through. There's him. What else have I got? I mean, there's some beautiful birds here. I have done a bird journal in the past. I did it for a friend because she's a bird watcher. I must have made that 5 years ago, maybe. I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe it wasn't as long ago as that. There will be a playlist for bird journal, so if you wanted to see what it looked like. But I haven't done anything much with birds ever since, and I have got lots of gorgeous birds in this box. I'm kind of drawn to him as well. Yes, okay, the kit is called Owls and Raptors. That's why I'm pulling out the raptors, the birds of prey, because it might work, and I like him. I do like him. Just got to cut out this little tiny notch between his legs. Now, what did I do with my little scissors? There they are. Alright, that's better. So I'm just going to ink him up a little bit. I'm just seeing what I could put behind him. I'll see if I've got anything in this little box of goodies that would work. It's a frame, that's not quite right, is it? Oops. I doubt if any of this is quite suitable for putting on this, but I feel I want to keep dipping into this box of bits and pieces that I got from Laura L.A. Treasures, just to use some of these things that I have had for a long time. Well, that's a label with some mushrooms on it. I don't know if that would be suitable. There's what's in there. All sorts of little tiny pieces of ephemera that I don't think we want a bunny on the same page as as this fellow. He'll get eaten. Just trying to be a little bit more adventurous with my layering and things. There's something. No, that's not right. I struggle with this sort of thing. I love watching other people who do fantastic layering. I've been watching a couple of ladies recently who do amazing layering up, and I'm just not very good at it. But I kind of like that. Hang on, let's just. Do I want to cut it down or tear it down? I want to cut it down a bit. So I've got a bit of that, it's the mushrooms. Okay. I'd like a bit of cheesecloth. Use some coffee dyed cheesecloth, I think. Just fray it up a bit at the edges, give it a bit more texture. pull it about a bit. Just trim those off a little bit. I don't want too many dingle bits. So I've got that. I've got the label. I've got too much cheesecloth. No, not really. Put him there. And then, do you want a word up here? I have a word in my head, so I'm going to do it with my stamps. Right, I want to use the click stamps, but I'm not going to attach them to each other because I want them a bit closer together, I think. I'll see how it looks going down. I'll use the pine cone. No, that's not the right one. Right. Let's just clear the decks a little bit. Right, and the word I want to put down here is fierce, for obvious reasons. See if I can get it to go vertically and not take up too much room. Hard to line them up because you can't really see. I'll do my best. There's the R. That looks weird going that way down. I hope it's spelled. I'm sure that's the right way to spell it. It just looks odd. I need the C. Oh, that came out very well, didn't it? Ooh, can I get over it again? That's it, fierce. Underneath E again. I've not used them separately like this before, but I think when you're doing a vertical word, it is probably a better way to do it because otherwise they end up being really long when they're clicked together. Right. Just tear it down. Yes. Yes, he does need some inking on there. It's just a piece of, I don't know what this is. Maybe some coffee dyed paper I've torn off or something. just grabbed a bit of paper that looked about the right sort of colour. Right, let's see how that would look on here. Yes, because he is very fierce, isn't he? Yeah, the C's gone a bit awry, but never mind, you can read it. It's okay. All right, let's get a bit of gluing going on here. I'm going to put him where I want him on there. Oop. I think this is one of those cards that cries out to be sewn around too. I think I might do that. Okay, let's put fierce on. And now we put on the rest. Ooh, what's going on here? Something stuck to him. Never mind. All adds to it, doesn't it? There we go. Ooh, right. Almost covered up. Fierce. Can you see it? Yeah, I can just about. Put it a little bit too far over, I think, but I think it's okay. Yep. Alright, I'm just going to go and sew around that, and I think that one will be done. This is also backed, part of a masterboard. So, yep, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so I've sewn around the card, a couple of rows of messy, sort of wiggly wobbly stitching, which I like. I think that works quite well on this sort of thing, and I really like it. So that's that one done, and it's even more messy on the back. Oh well, it's fine. Anyway, and also I was getting a bit chilly while I was sitting here, so I've put my jumper on and I've made myself a cup of coffee to warm myself up. And so the next thing, and I also took the opportunity, I think this is the next one I want to do, because while we're in the theme of doing the owls, I was thinking I'd quite like to put this one on here, as it has that sort of look. I don't know, it just looks a bit foresty to me. And so I just pulled out a few bits, some die cuts. I thought maybe some die cuts would be good on here. Just have to keep it simple as best I can. One I pulled out, which I'm hoping will work. I've had this one for so many years. It's actually a bit broken there. It's cut out of some, I think it was a from a scrapbook paper or something. And I'm just wondering if this would work on here, because it'd be nice to use something like this because I've had it for so long and I can't work out which way up it's meant to go. Maybe it goes that way. So maybe something like that. I could sort of sit him on there. I kind of like that. Nestle him in amongst those leaves. Is that weird? No, I like it. I do. I like it. So I think I'll glue it on and then I'll trim off the bit that is falling off the bottom. So I think we'll do that. I'm just wondering if it needs anything else behind it, like a bit of book page or something. I did pull out some other bits, but I don't know if they'll be too much because it's not a big tag. I've got this die cut as well. So could kind of put in there, but it's a bit bright next to everything else, isn't it? Suppose I could put some ink on it. Maybe I better do my tag corners first. I'll just do perhaps just some small ones. Maybe that'd be a good, just do a small tag corner. Just that we get the tag shape before I start putting things on it, and then it won't work. Right, let's do that. I've kind of lost track of time, so I may be going well over, but I have a feeling there'll be a lot of editing that needs to happen with this one. So I have no idea. If it goes over, really long, I do apologise. I'll try and rein it in a bit with the editing. Don't even know what colour that is. I think that's the walnut stain. Yeah, walnut stain will probably work on here anyway. Okay, let's just see. I kind of like that. I do. I'm just wondering. I've got some brown leaves. They're quite large. Could a leaf go behind? No. Let me try a bit of book page, see if that just does what I need. I do wonder about using a piece of this. I don't know if that would work either, but I'll try and let's see what else. What have we got here? I'm looking for a bit of Edith Holden. I feel like I should have a bit in here somewhere. Yep. No, that's not her. Something like that. No. No, don't think so. Okay, let's just do a bit of just book page. I've got this bit here. This might work. Just a small bit, just to give you a little bit of something. Yes, I think that would be what I probably need. I don't know if this would work at all. I'll just tear a little bit out and see. quick sip of tea. Not tea, coffee. I don't drink coffee very often, but just now and again, I just fancy a cup. We've got one of those coffee machines with pods, so I get a flat white, so with a nice frothy coffee. I like those. But it's just once in a blue moon, really. I mostly drink tea. Let's just turn that out a little bit as well. I don't even know if this will work. I'm just kind of trying it. Let's see. So I eke that up. How's that going over there? Let's just I'm just trying something different. I'm trying to do a few different things at the moment. Just not different to most people, just different for me. Okay. I don't know if this will work. It's kind of quite like the colours with that background. That there. Push that up a little. And just tuck him in amongst it. We think. I think I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to use this now. I might just do that. Just make it have a real naturey look. He's just surrounded by hiding in all the foliage around him. I'm going to use that. I'll trim off anything that sticks out. And then this one, I need to put the glue everywhere except in this middle bit, because he's going to tuck behind. Like that, to bring it down a bit. There we go. And then will he just tuck in? Have I left? Have I left the right bit unglued? Not sure. That bit unglued, didn't I? Can do that. Oop, like that. Yep. This little thing's crowding in on me. Get out of the way. Give me some space. Right. Now I was going to tuck that in there. So that he's just peeping out between all the leaves and the branches. There we are. There he is. Let's trim that off. Oh, and there's a couple of bits sticking out at the sides. That one. There we are. There's a tag. Bit different style for me, I think. Feels different, but I quite like that. So that's that one done. I think I will put a topper on it. Not sure what at the moment, but it's another one for the collection, and we'll get to that journal at some point this year. Goodness knows when. But I like to have things in my head that I'm working towards, then I can start making ephemera as I go along with those journals in mind. So when the time comes, I haven't got quite so many things to make when we get to the journal itself. Because I always seem to make a lot of things for the journals, but it's nice to have a few bits, isn't it, just ready to go. So I'll put that one in there. So just put this away. Right, so I've managed a few things today, a few more than usual. So I've got the tag, and this journal card. Got this little tag, it's quite sweet. I don't know when I would use it, but it's ready to go. It could go in a lot of different types of journals. And then we've got this journal card. I may go ahead, I may sew around this, I think. I think I may well sew around this one. And I may add a little something in the corner, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's ready for my Moon Goddess journal that I've just started working on. So that's it. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope this hasn't gone on too long and been too crazy. And I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.